The appointment of Richard Wagner, a Quebecer, as the new Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Canada was met with a sigh of relief by jurists and political leaders across the province. In the weeks leading up to Tuesday's announcement, Quebec's Justice Minister and the head of the Provincial Bar Association both applied public pressure on the federal government to replace the outgoing Chief Justice Beverly M. C. Lachlan with one of the three Supreme Court justices from Quebec. There were concerns that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau would opt instead for Rosalie Abella, an Ontarian and the most senior judge on the bench of Canada's highest court. But doing so would have violated an unwritten rule which sees the Chief Justice position alternate between jurists schooled in Quebec's civil law tradition and those hailing from the common law tradition used in the rest of Canada. M. C. Lachlan, who is from British Columbia, was preceded by Montrealer Antonio Lamer. He served as Chief Justice between 1990 and 2000. The fact that we have a judge with expertise in civil law at the head of the Supreme Court is important for us, Premier Philippe Couillard said Tuesday. It's been many years since there's been a judge with expertise in civil law at the head of the Supreme Court of Canada, and civil law is one of the ways Quebec distinguishes itself within Canada. Paul Matthew Grandin, who heads the Quebec Bar Association, also welcomed Wagner's appointment as a reaffirmation of the importance of Quebec's civil code to the country's highest court. It has high symbolic value for Quebec, Grandin said. If someone else had been nominated, it probably would have been a while before seeing another Quebecer at the head of the Supreme Court. Wagner was only named to the Supreme Court in 2012, but he still has more experience than the other Quebec justices, C. Almont Gaskin and Suzanne C.T. He also spent a brief spell on the Quebec Court of Appeal after having served on the Quebec Superior Court between 2004 and 2011. Before that he practiced commercial law in Montreal for 25 years. To be the Chief Justice you have to know the machine. And he knows the machine, said Pierre Dalfond, a former justice on the Quebec Court of Appeal. While a Superior Court justice he presided over a number of high-profile cases in Quebec before Stephen Harper tapped him for the Supreme Court. He is perhaps best known for handing a heavy prison sentence 13 years to the white-collar fraudster Vincent Lacroix, who masterminded a scam that cheated 9,200 investors out of $115 million. That case contributed to his reputation as slightly more conservative on criminal justice matters than his fellow Supreme Court justices. But longtime colleagues of Wagner stressed he doesn't fit easily within any left-right divide. On questions of applying the charter he has a very open, very liberal vision, said Raymond Doherty, who practiced law with Wagner for several years at the Montreal firm Lavery. When Wagner was first named to the Supreme Court, he appeared before a House of Commons committee, where he made a passionate defense for the independence of the justice system from political meddling. When the state abuses its power, he is generally willing to see the state's behavior sanctioned, said Doherty.